Hey y'all, as you can probably tell by my voice, I got a little head cold going on. So I knew tonight was going to be a night that I needed something good and nutritious. My hubby's been sick too. His is all in his chest and mine is all in my head. So what can you do but treat food as medicine? So I popped over to the grocery store during work today on my lunch hour and got everything that I needed. I'm going to call this chicken and herb pasta. All in all, it took me about an hour to make, but of course I've sped it up for you here. So what you see is I got out my Dutch oven. I put about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in the bottom, and I added in some chopped up onion, carrots, and celery. Oh, and garlic. Fresh garlic that I had just chopped up. I used 5 cloves because I wanted it potent because we are so sick. So there you'll see that I'm letting it cook down, become translucent, and get some color on it. I think sometimes they call sweating it out or getting it soft. So that was the first step that I took. There I added in 3 chicken thighs. Now, ideally, you would want to use skinless, boneless chicken thighs. But this morning, when I pulled out the chicken because I had this on my mind, I didn't pay attention to that detail. So I had skin and bones in my chicken thighs, which I took care of later, you'll see. There, you'll see that I'm putting in a whole container of chicken stock, and I got the salt free. While that was boiling, cooking that chicken, I decided to make some high protein biscuits. So basically what you do is you use Greek yogurt, 1 cup of it, and then 1 cup of self-rising flour. It's a pretty bland biscuit, so I decided to put in some garlic powder and some rosemary and some pepper. I mixed it up as much as I could with a spatula, washed my hands, and then used my fingers to make sure everything was well incorporated. I used a large ice cream scoop or cookie scoop to make to portion them out, and then I put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 12 minutes. While that was going, I went ahead and cleaned up after myself because I knew when all was said and done, I wouldn't want to clean the kitchen, and continued to boil the chicken in the stock and the vegetables. So I cut a little bit of butter off of a stick and melted that down. And that's going to just sit to the side waiting on the biscuits, the 12-minute mark on the biscuits. I checked my chicken and everything, continue to clean and wait for everything to come together. There, what I've done is I removed those chicken thighs and I removed the skin off of them. And I cut all the meat off the bone. Then I added the meat back in and discarded the skin and the bones since I had laid out the wrong kind of chicken. I also added a whole box of pasta. It's a very small pasta, and I believe the correct way to pronounce it is acini de pepe. Don't quote me on that. That's probably got a little bit of a southern accent on it, but it's a small pearl pasta. So while that was cooking, my biscuits were coming ready. Overall, I ended up cooking the biscuits for about 20 minutes. About 3 minutes before they're done, I brushed that butter over the top of them and then put them back in for a couple of minutes. All that pasta soaked up the chicken broth. So I added about another 2 cups of chicken broth. So it was a carton and a half when all said and done. Then I added a teaspoon each of parsley flakes and rosemary to the soup. About an hour had gone by, but dinner was done and we're the better for it. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Follow and like for more. Love you. Bye.